My name is Heidi Thornock and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you one of the cool new techniques available in Stampin' Up's digital scrapbooking software, MDS2 or My Digital Studio 2. They've had My Digital Studio around for a little while and it's been a pretty good software, but MDS2 is way better. It gives you a lot more flexibility with techniques and things that you can do that makes it a lot more like traditional scrapbooking with a lot less work and time. So what I'm going to show you today is how to put or attach text to a shape of some sort. So we're going to start with this page here, and I'll show you in a minute how to make this shape, but I've got a little zigzag line going here, and then I have some text that just says zigzag, zigzag, zigzag over and over and over. And it's really easy to put these together to make your text actually look like a shape. So first I'm going to click one of them, and then I'm going to hold my control key while I click the other shape as well. And so now you can see they're both highlighted. They both have these these little boxes around the corners of it. Once they're both highlighted, if you right click and then select the option that says attach to shape, then you have your text that follows that cool little shape, which is really fun and all, but you know, I don't know if I really want the line in there. And so if I select that attached shape and then I come down here to opacity and scroll all the way down to 0, suddenly that line magically disappears. And so then you just have text following a zigzag line. This next one, I've started a spiral, and then I have a bunch of text that says around and around and around and around and around. And so I've started this spiral, so I'm going to show you how to finish out the spiral, and then we'll attach that all together as well. So if you were starting from scratch, you would go into all of these menus over here to the right. There are a whole bunch of different things that you can do with My Digital Studio, and to get these lines and shapes and things like that, we go into Freeform, and then you would say Add Line and click on that. Since I'm going to add to what I already have there, I'm just going to double click on it, but it brings up the exact same menu, except that this box would just have a blank line if you just started from scratch. And if you start from scratch, you can go up into starter lines, and to start my spiral I just started with a wave and then started manipulating the anchor points, and the anchor points are all these little dots, and they're what make the curves and things like that, and so you can move them around and reshape and things like that. So I'm going to continue my spiral, and I'm going to do that by selecting this last curve. And then over here are the different options of things that you can do. You can change a curve to a line. You can insert a curve, you can insert a point, which again are these little anchors, which is just going to add more of those within that space. Or you can delete a line. Of course, if this was already a line, you could change it to a curve instead of a line. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to insert a curve. And what it does is you can see it added more anchor points in here, but it gave me more stuff that I can work with. So I'm just going to kind of move stuff around and out of the way so I can see it all, and then I'll make it look all pretty. But just to kind of get it spread out a little bit. And that's actually not too bad. I think I maybe want to put one more final curve into my spiral, and so I'm going to just do the exact same thing over again. Insert a curve, spread things around, and then make it look nice. Kind of like that. Now that doesn't look super amazingly awesome, I realize that, but this is just kind of a demonstration to see what you can do. But it's kind of hard to see my shape because of all of these different guides and anchor points and things like that to see what it's actually going to look like. And so over here it automatically selects show anchors. If you just unselect that, then you can actually see what your shape looks like. And I think that actually looks pretty good. I think I might bring this down a little bit. I know there are a couple of little pointy parts in it, but I think when I add the text to it, it's not really going to make any difference. I'm just going to pull that one little piece down, and then I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to say okay. And so there's my spiral, okay? And then just like we did before, Control, select the text as well, right click, attach it to shape. And now you have the text going around and around and around and around in that spiral, which is really fun. But again, I think I just want the text to spiral, not have the line there as well. So I'm going to select it again, take that opacity down to 0, and so then you just have that shape. So kind of looks something like that. So kind of fun. But this is not the only thing you can do this technique with. You can also do this technique with punches, which is really fun. And so here I've just used the punch tool and just added a punch in, right? Picked a heart, added a heart, and then I just filled in that heart with Raspberry Ripple, Primrose Petals. Primrose Petals cardstock in the back of it to make it red, okay? So then I have this text, and I'm going to attach it to my heart, just like we did the others. And so then I have this fun little shape of lettering. Now that looks cute and is pretty fun, but I want just a little bit more with it. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to center it because then it balances it. Oh, I can't quite yet. I'll do that in just a second. So I want my text a different color. I want to center it, and I want to go through and maybe change the font. It's a pretty good font, but I think I want to try something a little bit different. So I could right-click and detach from shape to go back into the text and do all the fixes and everything else on the text. But now that they're attached, if I just double-click it, it's going to allow me to do some minor manipulation of just the text. Okay, so over here we have our fonts, we have our size and a couple of features, our justification, and then down here is your preview of your text. Now I realize you can't see that because it's really, really small, but just know that it's there. So first of all, I think I want a slightly more fancy font, and so I think I'm going to try changing it to this brush script, which you can see it changed it down here. Even though you can't read it, you can tell it looks different. My size I'm pretty happy with, I think. I'm going to center it so that it makes it a more filled out heart shape instead of all attaching to the left of my heart. And I think I would really like my text to be white. I think that would be really, really cool on top of that Primrose Petals. And so I'm going to come up here and check Whisper White. And then we'll see what all these cool new things do for our heart. And that looks pretty good. That's pretty cute. I'm pretty happy with it, except that I have this gap down here in my heart that doesn't have any lettering in it. And so again, I could detach from shape, go back in and change my text, or I can actually do a little bit of changing right here. Where it had the preview of the text, I can also add some more love in there. And we'll go ahead and OK that. And now I have enough text in there that it fills out the entire heart. Once again, I could do the opacity down to 0 and get rid of, let me change my text color so you can see that better when I do that first. We'll change it back to black just so you can see what I'm talking about, and then we'll go fix it again. I could take the opacity back down to 0 on it again, and then just my text by itself would be in that shape of that heart. But I do really like it with the red background and the white lettering, so that's how I'm going to finish it out with, and just leave it with that. I think that looks really fun and really cute. So this is a really fun technique that you can use for all kinds of different projects. I've used it on cards and scrapbook pages and all kinds of great fun things. This software, again, it's called My Digital Studio, or MDS2. It's $79.95 plus shipping and tax. And right there is the item number to go ahead and go in and order it. This item number is for the actual DVD to be mailed directly to your house. There is a download only option for the same price. Or if you want to go in and just play around with it and see if you like it, there's the item number for a free 30-day trial. And then this is the website that you can go to get that ordered, and it's www.heidithornock.stampinup.net. And I hope you've enjoyed this quick little fun tutorial of a great new technique that's available to us. And you can look to my website and to YouTube for future demonstrations of other great techniques that my Digital Studio 2 offers. So thanks for viewing.